The Cardiff Gazette on Xpress Radio.
Hello, you are listening to the Cardiff Gazette on this, well, rather lovely Thursday afternoon, except for the cold, of course. Hope you all had a fabulous Christmas and New Year. For me, Christmas came early this year when the one, the only, Greg James read out my tweet on BBC Radio 1.
Hi, Lucy Barkley. He says, I'm doing university work, but thank you for keeping me going and managing to make me feel quite festive. Well, thank you. We're about to raise that up another notch.
Grace, any highlights from Christmas? Can you top Greg James reading out the tweet?
I definitely can't top that. My Christmas was pretty boring, I'm not going to lie. It was nice though, just to get away for a bit and eat lots of food, and
That's fair enough.
it was good. But no celebrities read my tweets out on the radio, I'm afraid.
That sounds absolutely lovely, nonetheless. Brand new feature for you this week. It's called Sound of the Week. I'm going to play a sound that was from the news this week, and Grace, you are going to try and work out what the news story is that goes with that sound.
I'm going to try.
Definitely get on it. So here we go. This is Sound of the Week. Grace, are you ready?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Here we go.
I have no idea. Might have to listen to it a couple of more times. No, I'm guessing it might be something sport related.
Well, I'll play it for you again during the show, so you can
brilliant.
definitely have a
get
think,
thinking.
and we can get to it. Cardiff University has come under fire as it's introducing Thrive. It's a competition to win the ultimate scholarship, which is worth £50,000. The scheme wants to find someone who will set the world alight, apparently, undertake programmes of challenges that will increase in difficulty as they go on, and the university will be looking for a student with outstanding passion, commitment and intelligence. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I'm against this. Grace, how are you feeling about this?
I'm not sure how I feel about it, to be honest. I think, it's a good opportunity for someone who, especially since the tuition fees are rising so dramatically, it's a good opportunity for someone who, may have been deterred from going to university because it's so expensive. It's a good opportunity for them. That's what I'm trying to say.
But I suppose on the flip side, you've got people who it's becoming like a competition. It's becoming like the X Factor, and is that what university is really about? Is it about? I thought it was about giving education to everyone and anyone.
They say they're looking for someone who's going to change the world, though, and maybe they will find someone who changes the world. You never know. Maybe they'll find someone really amazing, and they'll go on to do something really great, and they wouldn't have been able to do that otherwise.
Well, yeah, £50,000 is a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely.
And then they're going to have to do well. They're going to feel the
pressure.
There's going to be a lot of publicity
definitely.
surrounding them. And, is that what you really want from a university experience? Seems like, it's drawing attention for the wrong reasons, I think. Like you say, £50,000, that will go a long way, especially as tuition fees are rising to £9,000 next year.
I know, it's terrible.
Another story in the week that was, I think, particularly debated is the Scottish National Party winning a decisive majority in the Scottish Parliament. Which means that Scotland is very likely to go to devolution, which means, they'll be separate from the UK. And
a country in their own right.
Yeah, exactly.
I think it could be a good thing for Scotland. They've got their own culture. If
Scotland is so reliant on England.
Yeah.
All the tax revenue created by the financial sector in London, i.e. the British economy, means that I think it's about 19% more state money per head goes to Scottish people rather than English people.
Yeah.
And if you take that away, Scotland become a party, or just not a party, but a country in their own right, then they are not going to have the funding to do what they're doing now, because everything goes through England.
By them generating a bigger, government, which they'd have to if they were a country in their own right, they'd create a lot more jobs for people in their country, which I guess would be a good thing.
But you say that, but Scotland is very heavily dependent on the public sector. About 33% of people in Scotland are in public sector jobs, whereas it's 21% elsewhere in Britain.
Yeah.
So, if you take away that employment opportunity, because it's no longer part of Britain, then you're going to have an issue, because people just will not they won't have the employment opportunities that they have now. British culture is all encompassing, and at the end of the day we'll all be cheering for Britain in the Olympics. We won't be cheering for just England or just Scotland. There are all these athletes that are you know, from Scotland, and we'll be cheering for them as well. You know, there's nothing that is stopping people from being Scottish. You can, you know, they can still have everything that is, you know, quintessentially Scottish.
Just the same with Welsh people, I guess.
Exactly. You've got, like, you know, singing in Wales, and then Scotland you've got your kilts and your haggis, and then England you've got your
bagpipes.
cups of tea. Exactly. So I don't think any of that would change, but to make Scotland just an independent party or independent country, I don't think that they'd be getting the same benefits that they get now.
Yeah.
Well, you know, for example, they get free university and free prescription, and that's because they're in Britain. They won't get that anymore if they become a separate country. I think David Cameron has said he wants Westminster to dictate the terms of the referendum, though, and it should be held in 2013 with a simple yes or no to independence on the ballot, which I think that's better than kind of yes, maybe, I'm kind of keen, I'm not sure.
Not quite sure.
So, got another song for you now. This is the Vaccines with If You Wanna. We caught up with the people from People and Planet, and we got an interview with them. So here it is. Hello, I'm in the Xpress radio studio today with Amelia Barker and Megan David, both of whom are from People and Planet. Now, Go Green Week is next week. Can you tell us a little bit about what we can expect?
It's a national thing, so every People on Planet, different universities are doing different things, and in our one we've organised a different theme for every day. So there's Meat Free Monday.
Yeah, the TAF have got a special veggie menu going on, and we will also have like stalls on Monday and Tuesday, kind of trying to promote the week. Monday night, because it's Meat Free Monday, the Vegetarian and Vegan Society are doing Come Veg With Me, which is like
nice.
Come Dine With Me, but more of like a picnic inside. So sitting on the floor with everyone bringing different meals, different desserts, which are all vegetarian or vegan, and then we have to rate them. So it should be quite
that's cool.
good. Tuesday is Talk Tuesday, which is because a girl called Becca is coming from Bangor Uni because she did an exchange trip to Canada, in Alberta in Canada, which is where the oil sands, the tar sands are, which are huge deposits of oil which are extracted from the ground, and the process produces like huge amounts of carbon dioxide.
Is this something that affects the people that are there?
Yeah. So it's also like huge pollution to the atmosphere, but more importantly, the Beaver Lake Creek is where it's set, and these indigenous people are kind of being poisoned by the water systems have like toxins in them.
Lots of people getting cancer.
Yeah, it's really horrible. And just other social problems, because it's just all men working on the plant, so there's no women, and it's like sex and drugs problems and everything going on. On Wednesday...
Is that the Bike Doctor Day?
No, that's Thursday. It is on Wednesday evening, so just come along, have a little bit of a knit with us. Free teas being provided by the union, so that's quite
Is
nice.
this similar to the thing that you did before when you were sat in the union knitting?
Oh yeah, kind of like that. Lots of the girls know how to knit. I don't, but some people can teach you how to do it. And Spike Doctor's on Thursday.
Which is on Thursday.
Yeah. Sustainability Thursday. Just
Kind of.
hand your bike and sort of sort it out. And then Friday we're just having a party. So that should be pretty
Nice.
good.
So come to our party.
Yeah.
We'll come to everything. But
Yeah.
It sounds really cool. Why do you think it's important to raise awareness about all of the issues? I mean, I think they're quite far-reaching, aren't they? A lot of them.
I just think today, like, it's now or never really that we start thinking about doing something about preventing runaway climate change, because it's kind of up to our generation to stop, like, already we're seeing signs of what the change in the environment is doing. Just the Horn in Africa crisis, which is still ongoing, that we don't hear about, is because of the changing weather patterns and the drought, and it's just trying to prevent such huge disasters like that happening in the future, and let's just tell how much an effect it's having on us right now, let alone in 50 years' time.
I think people are getting distracted by other things, and like other like money problems and stuff, which are a problem too.
Yeah.
But like we shouldn't forget about climate change, because like in a few years we won't be able to do anything about it.
Yeah, and on Thursday I forgot to mention the Debating Society are having a debate which is called, I think it's going to be called There's No Point in Us Being Green if no other countries are following that sort of movement. And today, like with George Osborne and everyone saying the economy has to come first, it's like vital that we say to people, yeah, I know we're in a terrible economic state at the moment, but we can't put all the other problems behind it. We have to look at everything together and see think about the future, not just now.
Well, definitely, everything has to be looked at all together, doesn't it?
This government did say they'd be the greenest government ever, and they just need to live up to that promise.
I mean, on that note, do you think people actually know enough about green issues? I mean,
I think people will kind of put it to the back of their mind. I think if they do know some things, but they just need to sort of realise how urgent action needs to be taken.
Yeah.
So, all the sort of legislations that are being pushed through in Parliament, like the Keystone Project, something like that. Well, all the oil that's coming from Canada, they're planning on trying to bring it to Europe, which just from transporting the oil means there'll be more carbon produced in the atmosphere, and they'll also be expanding the oil sands, so even more carbon will be put into the atmosphere. So we need to raise these sort of issues so that when it does come to Parliament, people can write to their MP and say, no, we don't want to keep emitting such huge amounts of carbon.
I suppose a lot of people will say they do their bit because they recycle, their cardboard box, but I suppose a lot of people don't actually know
That's such on a small scale.
Right, exactly.
Really.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure. Well, it's really important to recycle, but also to say about these big. You need to know more than just. And you need to make your voice counted. If you don't just passively recycle, even though that's great, say to people, say to your government that you don't want climate change.
The whole, I don't use plastic bags anymore, that's great, but that's sort of a last century sort of phenomenon now. We need to move on to something a lot better than that.
Yeah. And I think Go Green Week, it does sound very exciting actually.
It should be.
I went to the vegetarian meal last year,
did you?
which I really enjoyed, so I will definitely be coming along this year again. Because you did the Society's Naked Calendar this year, didn't you, People and Planet?
Yeah, just to raise awareness. But People and Planet is such a varied organisation, charity, so we're also lobbying the university to join the Worker Rights Consortium, and we're trying to do things with Fair Trade Fortnight. So
and if anyone's listening who wants to get involved with People and Planet, how would they go about that?
Every Monday night we have a meeting at 7:30 in the main building, and just join our Facebook page, I think, because we do loads of things just in the week, go to the community gardens. We're also trying to get a vegetable patch going in the garden right outside there in the union. And so there's loads of things you can just get involved in, even if you just don't want to come to a meeting and discuss plans, but we do loads of things.
Yeah, join the Facebook group. It's Cardiff Uni People and Planet 2011, 2012.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Thank you for your time. I think that was very insightful, and hopefully you will get along to many of the events at Go Green Week.